Hi, how are you feeling today? I feel a little bit funny. The reason I feel funny is because I didn't sleep very well last night. No, my imagination was working overtime. See, I was just starting to doze off when I heard a sound outside of my bedroom window. So I ran to the window and I opened up the curtains and I looked out, and you know what I saw? Bushes and trees moving. So I rushed back into the house. I grabbed my flashlight and I ran back outside and I shone the flashlight out there. And you know what I saw? Bushes and trees moving in the wind. The wind was just blowing them back and forth like that. Oh my goodness. I'd fooled myself. So I thought I'd go back to bed, and then I heard another sound outside. Sort of a crashing, bumping type sound. So I ran to the window again and I looked outside. I couldn't see anything. I guess my imagination was working overtime. I couldn't see a single thing, and I thought, well, maybe, is it something from outer space? Oh! Well, I saw a thing coming out of the sky. It had one big horn and one big eye. I commenced to shaking and I said, ooh-wee. It looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Well, I said, Mr. Purple People, what's your line? He said, eating purple people, and it sure is fine. But that's not the reason that I came to land. I want to get a job in a rock and roll band. Bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people leader. Pigeon-toed, undergrowth, flying purple people leader. He wears short, friendly little people leader. What a sight to see. Oh, bless my soul, rock and roll, friendly little people leader. Pigeon-toed, undergrowth, flying purple people leader. He wears short, friendly little people leader. What a sight to see. I said, what a sight to see. No, it wasn't a purple people eater. There's no such thing, but I didn't know what it was. And suddenly the sound stopped, so I thought, well, I'm going back to bed. That's all there is to it. So I crawled into bed, and I pulled the covers up over me, and I closed my eyes. And then, you know what happened? I heard another sound. It was a crash and a clatter and a bang, so I ran to the window once again. Oh, you know what it was? Trixie. Trixie is the neighbor's cat. And Trixie was running around with another cat from down the block, and they were chasing everywhere, knocking over garbage cans, making these crazy meowing and screaming sounds. That's all it was. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen cats do that? I know usually cats, if they're very quiet and relaxed, they make a purring sound like this. If they're really happy, can you do that? Go. Good. Or a little tiny cat will make a meowing sound. Maybe you can do that too. Go meow, meow, meow. Good. But if cats are chasing each other around this way and that way and that way, they'll make this kind of a sound. And their claws will be scratching and they'll be jumping up and down, knocking things over. Well, that's what woke me up last night. And that's why I didn't get a very good night's sleep. Oh. There's Wordbird. You'll keep me awake, my friend. Okay, I got it. Thanks, buddy. Aha! M-O-N-S-T-E-R. That spells monster. Monster. Wordbird, have you seen any monsters? Sure, me too. Lots of funny monsters, like Grover Monster and Cookie Monster. You've seen them. But sometimes your imagination can imagine all sorts of weird and scary things. I wonder what you imagine, Wordbird. Any idea? Uh-huh. Well, a flying dinosaur. Maybe Wordbird's great-great-great-great-great-grandmother was a flying dinosaur up there. Hey, look! There's Tyrannosaurus Rex! No. I'm just pretending. There's no real monster, dinosaur up there at all. But you can pretend all sorts of things, can't you? Sure you can. You know, the monster isn't really there, but you can pretend something different. I'll tell you what. Let's imagine a giant dinosaur, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, with huge jaws. You've probably seen pictures, or maybe you have a model of one at your house, with a big, huge jaw going like this. And it's coming closer and closer, and you're a little bit afraid. So you can imagine that flowers are coming out of its mouth. Big yellow and green and red flowers. Now that would be very funny, wouldn't it? Sure, so you don't have to be afraid at all. Use that imagination to imagine all sorts of things. Big or little, small or scary. Ah! Wordbird. Wordbird just scared me. That's just a mask you've got. Did you see that? Wordbird is playing a little trick with me. He put this funny mask over his eyes like that. It's amazing what your imagination can do. I've got an idea. Why don't we imagine something else? Going to a party, but not an ordinary party. And there's lots of things that you can imagine at this one. There's an old deserted mansion on an old forgotten road where the better ghosts and goblins always hang out. And one night they threw a party in a manor out of old, and they cordially invited all the gang out. Now at the dark, bewitching hour, when the fun was loud and hearty, a notorious wallflower became the life of the party. The spooks were having a midnight fling. Merry-making was in full swing. They shrieked themselves into a cheerful trance when the skeleton in the closet started to dance. A goblin giggled with fiendish glee. A shout rang out from a big banshee. Amazement was in every ghostly glance when the skeleton in the closet started to dance. All the witches were in stitches while he made his rhythmic thumps, and they nearly dropped their broomsticks when he tried to do the bumps. You never heard such an earthly laughter and such hilarious groans when the skeleton in the closet rattled his bones. Now that was a funny party, but you can imagine all sorts of weird and incredible things with those wonderful imaginations of yours. You can, sure. All the witches were in stitches while he made his rhythmic thumps, and he nearly lost his broomstick when he tried to do the bumps. You never heard such an earthly laughter and such hilarious groans when the skeleton in the closet rattled his bones. Now that was a funny time. Sure. I've got something to show you. I'm going to play a little game with Wordbird. Oh, that's right, it's in my bag. Wordbird had a mask that fooled us. Well, I've got a mask that's going to fool him. A really scary mask. Watch it. Wordbird! Boo! Ah! No, don't be afraid, Wordbird. Does this scare you? No, it's just me. That's right. That's what you can do with masks. You can have lots of fun, pretending all sorts of things. You know, a good way to use your imagination is by watching clouds. Have you ever tried to do that? Well, right now, up in the sky, I can see some clouds that look like horses with riders on their backs. What kind of riders do you think these are? maybe ghost riding, sure. Well, a lone cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw a-plowing through the ragged sky. And up a cloudy draw, help me out, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in the sky. Come on, sing that again. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in the sky. You know, if you have thoughts in your mind, things that you imagine, maybe things that you dream about, things that you hear outside, and it bothers you a little bit, you know what the best thing to do is to tell somebody about it. You know, don't just keep that inside. Talk to the people around you. Share those thoughts and feelings that may upset you. Take good care of each other. That's what friends like to do. Let your sister and brother help you learn that it's true. We all need to feel wanted for the people who we are. So take good care. Take good care of each other. That means sharing those thoughts and feelings. I'm going to put my guitar away, and I'm not going to worry about those things that are making sounds outside of my bedroom. See you, my friends. I better put these things away here. La 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 la.